G'day and welcome. Welcome to Frothy Friday. I'm getting a bit low. Oh. It's been a bloody massive week and a bit with the truck. So I thought I'd run through. It's a hard one, and I don't know if you think the same, but if you're like me, you probably will. The interior fit out, where to put things, how to put them, where to mount them. I reckon I've spent probably 3 or 4 hours putting things in different spots and going, oh, I don't really like that there, or it could be better, or put it somewhere and go, nah, that didn't work. So yeah, the hardest thing I've found with any build is getting everything in its right spot. So we'll jump in here and have a little look-see. Oh no. I spilled my beer. Now, with any build, you only want to drill a hole once, and you want to try and avoid drilling holes because it just, for me, it's all about resale value. If you drill a hole, it's potentially going to affect your resale value, especially if you want to take all your gear out and things like that. So I use a lot of double-sided tape and sticky things and things like that. That way you can remove everything if you don't want it. So in here, I wanted to keep it as plain and as simple as possible. I was going to upgrade the stereo, but I don't think I will because the 9-inch that I want to put in doesn't really fit. And I'd have to move it over to this side here. I don't know where you can see all that. And it's got all there, that's for the rear windows. So in here, how well can you see that? I've just put two-way on a magnetic mount. It's in the middle. I mean, in there you don't really put anything. It's kind of one of those empty storage spaces. I might actually put in blanket and put in some extra 12-volt sockets. 12-volt USB, things like that. Now, the good thing about the truck is it's got... sorry, let's start again. One bad thing about the truck is it doesn't have a glove box. I don't know why, but I don't think any Isuzu's had them. So, moving on from that, they've got these good storage compartments up the top here. Now, what we've decided to do is, with this one, it's got all my paperwork from ATW, my Isuzu book, my compliance paper with all the notes on it, that what my GVM is and tyres and all that kind of stuff. So if I ever got pulled over by the police, I could just pull it out and give it to them, and there we go. Even though it's mounted on there, blue plates down there and things like that. But it's just easy to grab that and go, okay, we're legal and we can do it. I think Beck's side will have, we always carry a paper map. It doesn't hurt to carry, we've had this map book for years. Mounting your fire extinguishers. I've got one here and then one on the other side, which I'll show you. But it's mounting it where it doesn't hit your leg. Oh, it's a mission to get in and out sometimes. Where it doesn't hit your leg, where it doesn't interfere with anything you do, and things like that. I plan on putting a USB and a cigarette socket in every corner of the truck. One will go here, and that'll do dash cam. It'll charge camera batteries up there, and it's out of the way. It's got a USB point in there, and also you got the factory cigarette socket. I'm not going to put one in here, but I'm also going to put one in each corner of the truck for when the kids get a bit older. I'll also put, I've got another one here. I'm just going to mount a single USB to say here, or don't know how well you can see all this, here or here, and that'll do GoPro, phone and HEMA, is my theory behind it anyway. There's lots of things I want to do to the dash to customize it and make it a bit more user friendly. I want to do in-cab controller winch mounts. These are all the light switches, but I mean that goes bottom, middle, top. If you remember that, you're pretty good. But other than that, I want to keep the dash free. I'd put a dash organizer on there or something, or a dash mat, and just that way it's all free and it's out of the way. I plan to make a map pocket or something to put in here, and that'll just hold. I've got two handheld 2-ways and it'll probably just hold them. We're not running a rear vision camera. It's run through the Isuzu screen. So we don't have to worry about another screen to put on the dash or anywhere like that. That's about it for the cab. Got the 2-way controller mounted behind the seat, along with the selfie unit, and that'll just sit behind the driver's seat, and it doesn't hit. And you know, I'm predominantly the only one that'll ever drive this. It doesn't hit if I move the seat far enough back or anything like that, so it's pretty good. What else? It's got factory Isuzu cup holders, but how often are we going to use them? Probably never. But luckily enough, when we got the seat conversion done, it had 2 cup holders built into it, along with a nice tray on the top here, which I'll probably put another USB point here, I'd reckon. Just cause. Doesn't hurt to have power. I don't think, anyway. Now we'll have a quick sip of this because it's hard to get out with it. I'll always have a GoPro mounted here, but you know, it takes 5 seconds to change a battery, so yeah, I don't know about the PowerPoint here. Like I said, it's just all trial and error. That's what this is all about. But we'll jump out. Oh, that's how high it is. And we'll go around the passenger side and I'll show you what I meant about putting everything in the right spot. The sun's bloody bright. Oh, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but this is Beck's seat, co-pilot. Now, I put the fire extinguisher here to start with, and I got it to sit in here, and it wasn't comfortable, so we ended up moving it to the side here. It's a pretty good spot. The door doesn't hit it. You can still open it, and you can still get it out without opening the door, so that was a plus. 14 bucks at Aldi. That was my bargain of the day. Now we'll jump in the back here, and this is what I really like. So I've been busy today for the last couple of days, and I've decided there's so much room under the seat. So I decided to make a drawer. Now I'll go and see someone next week about making up a drawer, and it'll be the same on the other side. But the other side, this is so plenty of room. The other side I can make a 900 drawer. So I think that's plenty of room. Now with the baby seat in the back, we're definitely limited on, well, not limited, but yeah, even though it's 4 seats, we've got a fridge in the middle that'll be bolted down, and I use the seat belts to hold the back down. Now my power system will probably sit here-ish. Under here I'll make a box, battery will sit in there. I'll probably have a solar input here, with a portable solar panel. That way all this room's free, because we will put a video in a week or so, just a dummy video of how, because people have actually asked, how do we get in the back with the baby seat? And we'll do a video and I'll show you, because it's quite a process. You can do it on your own, but the chances of us taking this with a baby without me is, you know, slim to none. Now, like I said, we'll get another drawer made for the other side. That'll be 900, so without the canopy made and that kind of stuff for now, we're just gonna have a flat tray. So we're trying to make the best space, best usage of the space that we've got. So yeah, this will be cooking. It'll have all of our provisions. You know, the salt, the pepper, the tea, you know, the jet ball, all that kind of jazz. And then we can predominantly put 2 fridges in the back, for now anyway, until we have another baby, but that's a few years away, we think. That fridge is easy enough where Beck can spin around and she can grab a drink out while we're driving instead of running her fridge at the front. There's also enough room for Beck to sit next to the baby while we're driving, and she can do her whatever she's got to do. Yeah, I've been planning this for some time, and it's so hard to visualize something without having the truck, and now that we've finally got it, I can get a right idea of where everything's going to sit. I don't think there's any point in buying something that doesn't fit. So if you bought something without seeing the car or the vehicle or whatever, even though someone else might have it, it might not work for you. So that's pretty much what this video is about. Make sure it's right for you. I reckon don't, even though a lot of people ask going rear storage on, I did it, show us your rear storage on the Isuzu page. A lot of people come up with rear drawers and things like that, and it wasn't really what I wanted, so I thought, bugger it, I'll just make my own. And I see it a lot from all those pages going, show us your awning setup and all this kind of stuff. So this is the next best thing. But yeah, there's a few things I want to change, like the airbag system is down here. I'll either move that to the rear drawer, or the rear side toolbox is where the compressor is, or I'll end up going full self-leveling in the cab, maybe. Yeah, we'll see how it tows with the airbags and the hitch and the springs with the tray on and all that kind of stuff at a later date. But that's a whole nother episode. But anyway, that's a bit of an insight into what goes on behind the scenes. I did start filming installing this, but I can't make it exciting. I think it's pretty boring, and I looked through it and I just went, bin it. So yeah, by the time I waste time making an episode, I could have just done it and then showed you why I did it and pretty much how I did it in a lot quicker term. But yeah, it's the joys of having a brand new, unmolested car that you can do what you want with. I was planning to put a drop-down table, but Beck didn't want that. She's like, nah, won't work. Sometimes you gotta listen to her, and it might not work. But yeah, it's all happening. It's all go. See the tray on, so we can finish fitting the back out. Fridge is on, and then we can use it and start showing you why we bought a truck. But anyway, that's about it for Frothy Friday. Any questions, drop below. Yeah, it always helps. Now, the whole YouTube thing, I definitely do want it to take off, and I definitely will show you the process of it taking off. Show you how much money you make, and I'll show you if it's worth your time. Doesn't cost you anything to subscribe, and you don't get rubbish emails. So, you know, there's nearly 23,000 people on here. So subscribe. I'll make it worth your while. Thought about starting that Patreon. It's a lot more work for me, and can I be bothered? Yes and no. It's a lot more work for me. Maybe if it took off, I might make a Patreon and you'll see behind the scenes. But I guess this is a bit of an insight of what goes on. You know, people always show you the beach and all that kind of stuff, but no one ever seems to show you this, the build. And that's what I like. I like watching the builds. But that's just me. But anyway, I'm gonna finish my beer. Oh, a couple more of them, it's quite warm. But anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time on a Frothy Friday. Catch up.